The thing, girls love to complain that guys don't make the first move anymore, whether that's in person, whether that's on Raya, whether that's on Cuffed, whether that's in Trader Joe's, you name it. Guys aren't approaching girls like they used to, like once upon a time. Get this. Guy will have the balls to approach a girl in public, and the girls are so mean to them for no reason, just because they don't think he's cute. I'm not saying you have to give your number out to any guy that approaches you. If you're wanting men to be more comfortable approaching women in public, you have to be nicer to them. Give them the time of day. You know, like boost the morale, boost their confidence, so you shoot them down and you're a bitch to him that he'll actually go approach another lady out in public. A systemic issue for men not having the confidence to approach women in public anymore. And though I get it, if I was a man, I would not want to approach a girl in public and her be a bitch to me, because man, that shit sucks. I think we all need to be a little bit nicer sometimes, but yeah.
Guys, why is it not a concept anymore for men to actually, like, literally go up to a girl and be like, oh my gosh, you seem really cute. Can we go on a date? Are you down for, like, a date? Or, like what's the matter with that? Like, are we so offstandish as women? Like, do we, like, hate you guys so much to the point where you guys don't have the balls to, like, ask us out? Because I just really wonder. Or do you guys just like to stand from a distance and just look at us very creepily and not say anything? Like, can someone explain to that? Like, I need the male perspective on this, because at this point, like, it's actually really weird and I don't like it. Like, and y'all text too much. Y'all be texting too much. I don't like that. I don't like texting individuals anymore. If you want to get to know me, send me like, literally send a letter to my home address. I will write you one back. Buy me flowers, ask me out to go to dinner, let's go on a walk, let's talk face to face. I don't do this ding 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 anymore. No, I don't do that anymore. And I can't do that anymore because my frontal lobe finally developed, and I actually hate speaking to an individual through texting. I can't handle it anymore. Don't text me. Call me, maybe. Don't text me. I don't do that anymore. Or send me a letter. Actually, send me a letter. I want to write one back. Like, or send you don't have stamps? Send a pigeon. I'll send a pigeon back. We'll find some way to communicate. If he wanted to, he would. And I need to see that, because chivalry is non-existent anymore, and it's pissing me off.
This girl literally just caught an attitude with her boyfriend because he held the door open for me when I'm walking in the gas station. Baby, this is what the fuck y'all just got out. Baby, your nigga is safe with me, baby.
Look at what's happened, like, since everyone started, like, back in the 60s, mature. Like, everyone started getting divorced. So now you have women raising men on their own. Men are seeing their mom being in that masculine, light, and then they expect their woman to be there.
Or maybe they're raising two kids when they have a kid with the female and they're raising her. It's men simply giving women what they wanted. It's men giving women what they wanted. Women wanted equality. So if you want equality, you have to deal with what comes with equality, and that means equal responsibility, which means you want to go ahead into the workforce, you want to be independent, you want to be strong. Cool. You have to forfeit some level of chivalry, because what you're talking about, traditionalism, chivalry, etc., that assumes that women and men are not equal. But since men and women are equal now, and that's what women wanted, y'all have to deal with the consequences, which is what? Guys are not going to, adhere to their masculine burden of performance anymore, because women want to be independent and strong.
Where has chivalry gone? Like, why do these men who make $60,000 a year talking about gold diggers? You don't have any gold.
How do you know how much money these men make? The fact that you're immediately going, this is women like this are the worst kind. The moment that you immediately go into the money aspect, that's all you're about, right? That's all you're about is the money. They got to take care of you. Here's the thing. The reason chivalry's dead is because it used to be a back and forth, right? Like, the guy would go out to work every day and he would do his stuff, and the woman would take care of the house, take care of the kids. And when the husband would come home, she would hey, your dinner's ready. Here's your drink. Go sit down. And then you know what would happen? Then because people pretend that women were so oppressed in the 50s, they weren't. Because then what would happen when the husband was happy? He'd go, honey, we're going to Disney World. Where do you want to go, sweetheart? We're going to go to Macy's. And then you didn't have to work, and all you do was raise your kid. It was a lot harder without iPads, I guess. And then that's it. And that was your life. But now you want to not cook. You want to not clean. But also you want to not provide money in the relationship. but then be treated like a princess. And you're lucky. And you know what? I'm not even mad at Curry Kalila here, because you did it, girl. You found the cuck.
A lot of these modern women aren't willing to do anything in a relationship, like literally nothing. The only thing that they're good at is complaining. And they wonder why men aren't approaching them. They're wondering why chivalry is dead. They're wondering why men aren't interested in being around them. I don't know. Maybe we could take a wild guess. Maybe it's because you complain all the time. Maybe because you're always saying that his gestures are the bare minimum. I mean, that's a couple of ideas off the top of my head. Maybe there are lists that say, oh, I'm not going to be happy if he takes me to this restaurant, or if he gives me this, or if he ever bought me these types of roses, I'm not going to be happy. If he gives me these types of flowers, I'm going to hate him for it. Well, if he blinks this certain way, that type of stupid stuff.
Hey, it's Deb, your dating coach. In my video about men opening the door for women, and someone said feminism killed chivalry, and I actually agree with that. I feel like women need to let men be gentlemen, and I totally feel for the guys because they have no idea if they're the kind of woman who will let them open the door, or if they're the independent, I can get my own door. It was funny. My daughter, I would try to teach her to allow the boys to open the door for her, to come to get her when she went on a date. And she would say, I'm a strong, independent woman. I can open my own door. And then when she met her husband, it was totally, she's like, he opens the door for me and it makes me feel so special. I was like, yeah, that's what I was trying to tell you. So I did have a date one time where we went to a restaurant and we stopped, and I don't know, I just kind of sat there because I wasn't sure if he was going to open the door for me or not. So I just sat in the car, and he said, oh, you're one of those. And I was like, at first I was like, rude, but then I realized that the guys don't know. So I think it's so important and not awkward to establish it up front. Just say, I'm old-fashioned. I appreciate when a man opens the door for me, and I will say thank you and be grateful for it. Or if you don't want to, you can say, I appreciate it, but I can get my own door. It's just helpful to communicate up front. What do you guys think?
They like to say that each woman is different, and that is true. But what these modern women are doing nowadays is they're trying to be different. They're trying to go above and beyond I'm so different. There's nothing about me that's the same as the next woman. Nothing at all. Nothing at all. From the bottom up, top down, I'm different. So a man doesn't have, just come and approach. A man doesn't have anything to work off of because you want to be so different, and you want to be different for different sake. And so now he's like, oh, you're one of those. Like she was saying, it's like, maybe these men don't actually know. It's hard to know what you want because even the base level stuff, even the stuff that used to be common has changed. And like you're saying, your daughter going to, I want to be strong and independent. And now that she has a husband, she's like, it does feel nice. Yeah. Like you said, that's what I was trying to tell you.
Another reason why the lonely male epidemic is fucking growing is because tell me why I was heading out of a business yesterday, one of my clients, and I'm walking out with my kit on 4 little wheels. It's a box with a single handle. Think of a stroller, right? Pushing it out the door. This guy's coming up to the door. I already have the door open and I'm heading out, and he just steps aside and like lets me go through, and I'm holding the door, mind you, still, and I'm about to step out, and he just and I wasn't even gonna hold the door for him because it's like, okay, you're not holding the door for me, why would I pause and hold the door for you? Steps aside, lets me through, and then as I'm about to let go of the door, just swoop past me and goes, oh, thank you.
Oh, you're welcome, princess. I'm gonna start saying that from now on, because it's like, imagine I have my hands full. Like, in any scenario, you didn't look good. You didn't help me at all.
Well, he was actually being polite to you. And he was actually being polite to you. He's like, oh, shoot, she got her hands full. Let me step out of the way. He's probably thinking in his head, well, shoot, let her go first. Let me be the gentleman. Let her go first. But here you are complaining about, oh, you didn't hold the door over me, this white man, and all this other stuff, male loneliness epidemic. The man stepped out of the way to let you go first. And then because if he's coming in, you're coming out, that door is probably swinging out at him. Okay? The door probably swings out at him, and now he's got to step out of the way. You got the door. He could probably take the liberty and open the door, hold the door right then and there. You say, oh, thank you so much. But he steps out of the way so you can come out. You're still holding the door with one hand and pushing that stroller or whatever in another hand. So at that point in time, he grabs the door or whatever, or he goes in and says, oh, thank you, I appreciate that. He's trying to be polite, but because he didn't behave in the way that you wanted, all of a sudden, this is why men are lonely. For being polite? Maybe he didn't catch on to what you wanted him to do, but he was actually being polite. Female loser epidemic.
Literally just texting a guy the other day. He's like, where do you want to go? It's up to you. You decide. I can't believe you said that. I'm like, fuck this guy. Like, I want to go. Picking you up at 9 o'clock. We're going here. Boom, boom, boom. Where's that? What's going on? Where's the chivalry gone?
That's
like, up to you. You let me know. Should go to Shisha Cafe. No, man.
Tell me what I'm doing. To organize my travel. All of that. Guys are doing that
single
anymore.
forever, basically. But there's I feel like there's no good guys. Like,
I think you have to come out of the UK.
Yeah.
That's what I think as well.
Yeah.
100%. 100%. The guys here ain't happening. And it's true, like, they're either like in their 30s, 40s, they don't want to settle down, they're fuck boys.
And they always want to go for youngers that I think they can influence more when, like, we're older now, so, like, we won't
can see through the BS.
I actually think younger guys are better these days. I feel like I see the younger guys are, like, more willing to, like, settle down.
Yeah.
It's the guys in their 30s are just moving mad.
I don't get that. I do you think it's the whole
I think they're
options or insecurity or gay?
Yeah, someone said that as well.
Loads of men are gay.
Yeah, well, isn't it a thing now? Like, if a guy is like a proper womanizer, he's gay.
Yeah.
Where in the world do the most chivalrous men reside? Here in Australia, anyone who's friends with me knows that I have a vendetta against Australian men. The level of manners and just general care towards women is so low. Here's an example. The other day I was on the tram and I was with River, my 3-year-old, and I had 2 big bags with me. I got on the tram and there were only single seats left. So I said to River, sit on that seat and I'm just going to stand next to you. And he was like, no, because he's very shy. So he didn't want to sit next to a stranger. So we went back and forth a few times. And then a guy a few seats behind me said, oh, here, I'll take my seat and then I'll sit there and then you guys can sit together. Oh, thanks, that's so nice. So I didn't really think much of it. And then the woman sitting across from me was like, oh my God, we have a gentleman on the tram. I was like, yeah, we do actually. She's like, no, like we actually have a gentleman. I was like, yes, honey, you are so right. Like the bar is low. The fact that we are so surprised by this really small minor act of chivalry is crazy. I need to know where in the world, I mean, I feel like European men are just top tier. So what about American men? Are they like as bad as Australian men? I haven't been to America for a while. And do you know what? The last time I was in America, I don't think I really cared about this type of thing as much as I do now. Ever since I had a baby, I'm like, I can do something that you will never be able to do and you'll never be able to match. So yes, you will open a door for me. And yes, you will be polite and chivalrous and worship women because we are a jewel to be adorned, right? Where are these men?
Definitely not. Definitely not. This is not a competition. Once again, we keep on going back to this anything you can do, I can do better type of BS. You don't want to go down this road. Okay. Yet you always, instead of just saying thank you and moving on, you always find something stupid to say. and you wonder why chivalry is moving away from you guys.
I just went on a date with a man, and then this other girl walks into the bar and he leaves. I go to the bathroom, I come back. He goes, yeah, I'm gonna go. We walk outside. The bartender, who I'm very good friends with because my best friend works at this bar, is like, yeah, he just left. I cannot do it. I can't date men anymore.
Me standing out here under the shade, not getting staying dry.
Wow.
What kind of shit is this?
So they're sending the women in the rain.
Man, they sending the women in the rain.
And I don't even see the men taking the women, telling the women to stay. Let me go get the car.
Listen.
They walking with them. They helping them put the groceries in the car.
Listen, man. I went and got the car and put the groceries in the car and opened the door in mid-rain.
Yep. Everybody was looking crazy.
I'm looking like, what the hell? That man set up the thing, his woman walking to get the car. I'm like, hold on, maybe she by herself. Then I came back, I see the man standing right there. I said, I know damn well he done seen his wife or girlfriend to get the car.
So there's no chivalry anymore. Guess people don't believe in.
I'm like, wow. I was really shocked.
Yeah.
Cause I'm thinking like my black king, he ain't gonna do that. This motherfucker standing up here waiting on his wife. And she don't want to walk and got the car.
I guess my question is, why is this even a video? Why is this even a video? To be honest, like this could have been a conversation in y'all's car. You pull out your phone and start recording and talking about it as a way to shame all men. Why? For what? But you probably saw maybe 4 or 5 dudes or however many. Number one, number two, you don't know what those women were saying. A lot of men, and I've been one of them who say, hey, I'm going to go get no, I'm just going, no, I'm going to go get the car. No, I don't want to stay in here. I'm running out there with you. Well, let me at least go get there. No, I'm just put this on and we can run out to the car. I've had that happen. Y'all need to be quiet. Just be quiet. Stop talking.
Can somebody explain something to me, please? I want to know where all of the good men have gone. Where are all of the chivalrous men? Where are they? Because I just went into Circle K with a stroller, right? And there was nobody around except for the guy at the counter. And he's just staring at me as I'm struggling trying to get through the entrance. Struggling. Because there's no like handicapped, push button where it opens. And I'm just like trying to get the stroller in there. And he's just staring at me. And then to top it off, another man walks in as I'm walking out of Circle K, watches me struggle again getting out of Circle K as I'm opening the door and trying to push the stroller through. What is going on? Where have all the good men gone? Where? Why? I just don't understand. There's no like kindness anymore. Where has all the kindness gone? I don't know what to say. You guys have a good day. Hopefully better than mine. Bye!
You never see men offering women seats on public transport anymore. And I'm not talking about pregnant women or women holding a baby or older women. I'm talking about just normal adult women aged between like 18 and 50, let's say. You never see it. And this is not a man bashing post. To anyone who follows me, I never man bash. The reason that men don't offer women seats on public transport anymore is because of women. They don't know how women are going to react. They think that they might get called out on social media. They think they might get shouted at. They think they might get told that they're like anti-feminism or toxic masculinity. So men just don't do it anymore. Men can't act chivalrous anymore. Like if a man offered me a seat on the train, I would absolutely love it. I would go as far to say that it would make my day. Like just such a simple, small gesture, such a simple, small act of kindness that would just put a smile on your face and make your day better. But men can't do this anymore. They can't do any chivalrous acts like this anymore because they just don't know how today's women are going to act. Now, please tell me, would you offer your seat to someone on the train, to a woman on the train? And again, I'm not talking about older people or pregnant people. I'm just talking about like a general woman that you saw on the train or the bus or any other public transport. Would you offer them a seat? Have you offered someone a seat recently and you've been met with a negative response? Please tell me. I would just love that there be some men out there that still do it, and that there are some women that actually still receive it warmly and kindly like I would. Let me know in the comments.
The last guy I really liked, I remember I sat in the car waiting for him to open the car door, and we were just at the gas station and he was already inside of the gas station, and I was like,
just sitting in the car.
I was like, homie really doesn't get it. No, so like that kind of stuff is just like out the window.
Okay, does anybody else, like when, specifically women, I'm talking to women, okay? Does anybody else when you're walking through a door and a man doesn't open the door for you, like you're just like if a man's coming in, right? Like a man is coming in the door and they don't hold the door open for you, like I'm actively about to walk through that same door. Do you not just like, what is happening? What is happening? Or like you know what I say in my head every single time? Like they'll walk through it first and let it shut in my face. All I hear in my head, I go, chivalry is dead. Chivalry is dead.
You wonder why chivalry is dead? You killed it, and I'm about to tell you exactly how. You complain that men don't open doors, pull out chairs, or pay for dates anymore, but you're the reason they stopped. You rush ahead and open your own doors, then get mad when he doesn't do it. You insist on splitting the bill, then complain he's not a provider. You reject his help, then wonder why he stopped offering. You told men that chivalry was sexist, that you didn't need their protection, that you could do everything yourself, so they listened. They stepped back and let you handle it. Then you have the audacity to complain that there are no gentlemen left. You can't reject masculine gestures, then expect masculine behavior. You train men to treat you like one of the guys, then wonder why they don't treat you like a lady. Chivalry died because you convinced men it wasn't wanted. You wanted equality? Congratulations, you got it. Don't blame men for giving you exactly what you asked for.
Can I just talk about how, on average, I'm opening the door for men more than they open the door for me?
Apparently, that's a problem. Otherwise, we wouldn't be hearing about it.
I knew that chivalry was dead, but, I didn't know it was dead. Like, I didn't know it was like this.
Like what? Being treated as an equal instead of a delicate, helpless woman that can't do anything for herself?
I don't mind being kind to men, opening the door for them, yeah. But it's just a little off-putting when it's 3 out of 5 times I'm opening the door for a man and he's just going right through.
Well, a lot of women do that to men. They go right through the door and don't even say thank you. But yet somehow women are offended when they're treated in the same way.
You feel like a man after that? Me personally, I wouldn't feel like a man after that. I'd feel like a bitch.
It's rather ironic that when some women want to try to insult men, they usually end up referring to them by a term that was normally used to try to insult women, insinuating that they are feminine. Anyone else see the irony there?
And do you have any respect for yourselves? You guys, on average, guys, I'm really out here opening doors for men more than they're opening for me. We're talking about grown-ass men. We're talking about grown men, weird men, okay? Me, little lady, opening the door for you 3 to 5 times is kind of weird.
Interesting. And that goes right along with a little trend that I've been noticing, that some women really despise gender roles, except when it comes to men. They think that men apparently should stay in certain gender roles, but that it doesn't apply to women. Except, of course, when it benefits them.
And I'm actually glad that Lady J made that comparison. Y'all want to try to insult men, but then y'all want to use terms that were to insult women to insult men. Why y'all doing that? Because modern women, they try to make up ways to shame a man. They try to use their tongue in order to get a man to move. I'm not moving. That's where the disconnect is for a lot of these women. I don't think they truly understand how men operate, right? A man will sit there and look at you from across the way. You get to talking, depending on an environment that he grew up in, you get to talking, he stand up and say, okay, what's up? What's up? You're not really going to hear a whole bunch after that. What's up? There's not going to be a whole bunch of sentences or words put together, but you know exactly what he's talking about. What's up? What's going on? What we doing then? What we doing? Oh, what we doing then? Oh, well, I feel like in backflips and Ninja Turtles. What are we doing then? What are we doing? What are we doing? That's all I want to know. Modern women can talk over and over again. They can insult over and over again until the end of time, and it never moves forward. But men understand that, hey, as long as you stay up out my face, and you a woman, so as long as you stay up out my face, it ain't gonna be no problems. I might talk my stuff, you talk your stuff, but stay up out my face. I saw a woman on the train the other day, on the subway, want to get all up in a man's face. Now, if that man would have swung on her, knocked her out that subway, then she'd have been upset. People would have wanted to start jumping on him. Oh, you this, you that. But she was in his face. And not only she get in his face, she was in his face for a few minutes, just talking at him, hollering at him. Now, to be fair, she said that he was following her, and he wouldn't basically take no for an answer. Like, man, I told you I didn't want you to have my number. Why you following me? So I can understand it from that angle. But what I would say to you is to be careful, because you don't know what that man's going to do. You all up in that man's face, that man might swing on you. And that's what modern women don't understand. They talk like this, they run their mouths like this, and it's only because you're a woman that you get away with talking reckless.
What I've realized is this: the reason why men are not gentlemen anymore and chivalry is dead is because, honestly, I think women killed it, because being a nice guy is no longer rewarded with good treatment from women. Typically, when you're a nice guy, women treat you like shit.
It's a bad woman, though.
That's a bad woman?
Yeah, if we're the minority.
Okay, how about all those guys that you have in the friend zone right now that treat you well?
Well, they're not buying me anything. They're just being friends.
Which is being what? Nice, courteous, they're exemplifying some chivalrous traits, more than likely.
Well, they probably haven't.
What does that got on them? Blue
about
ball,
what they
then
really want. There's a difference.
Would you fuck them if they came out with it? The answer is no.
I hate the answer. Would I
answer is
fuck
no.
them? No. Would I
Okay.
think about having a relationship
So
with them?
thank you. This is why being chivalrous backfires a lot of
I
times.
don't understand.
You don't understand because you're a woman. What I've realized is this: the reason why men are not gentlemen anymore and chivalry is dead.
I just had 5 grown-ass men walk by, grown-ass able-bodied men walk by as I struggle to like carry all of my shit and help this poor mother with 3 children carry her stroller down the stairs. They just looked and kept walking. I'm literally like dropping my umbrella and everything. They just keep on walking.
Chivalry is dead.
Yeah.
And you're upset by that. Chivalry is dead.
Yeah.
So, like, what's an example of guys not being chivalrous anymore?
Even like opening the car door for you.
Oh, chivalry's dead, though.
Yes.
Like, what is it?
Like, I look at my dad and how he treats my mom.
Sure.
And I talked to them about this the other day. I'm going to be 35 in December. And, I thought by now, okay, I know. Thought I'd be like married. But it's like, I have so many girlfriends that are in the same boat, because it's just like men aren't built the same way like our dads were back in the day.
But are women built the same way?
Yeah.
You want to know something that most women aren't ready to hear? Modern feminism killed chivalry. Modern feminism has shifted from seeking equality to promoting superiority and resentment towards men, framing men as oppressors rather than partners and equals. With the birth of modern feminism, there came the birth of the girl boss, I don't need a man. Chivalry was never meant to make women look weak. It was made to create a culture of mutual respect where men acted honorably towards women and acknowledged their virtue and grace. Modern feminism, by demanding sameness instead of equality, has blurred those lines. In trying to erase gender differences, it's erased the gestures that celebrate them. The result of this is now we have an entire generation of men who are not willing to honor, pursue, or protect women. We have this entire generation of men who just want to hook up on the first date, who have no respect for women, who don't hold open the door, who don't buy flowers, and it is because of modern feminism. Not only that, but it is also a result of weak men. There's a reason that our grandparents have the cutest love stories where the men pursued the women and they didn't have sex until they were married, and they respected and honored each other. And now we are seeing the result of the crash and burn of modern feminism, and unfortunately it is affecting a lot of women looking for life partners and a lot of men looking for life partners. Feminism is great. The idea of feminism is great to promote equality, but it has evolved into something that is toxic and dangerous to our society.
Here's the thing, girls love to complain about how guys don't make the first move anymore, whether that's in person, on Cuffed, on Raya, the gym, whatever. Men are not approaching women anymore the way that they used to once upon a time. But then I see these girls when men do approach them, and if they don't think they're cute, these girls are so mean sometimes. And I'm not saying you have to give your number out to every man that approaches you, but if you want men to be more comfortable going up to women, at least be nice, give them the time of day for like 0.7 seconds before letting the conversation die down, and boost the morale, boost the collective, because it's a systemic issue of men not having the confidence to go up to women anymore. But I don't blame them, because when they finally have the courage to, their ego gets stomped, which I'm not above stomping some man egos around here, but like, it's just not always warranted. You can be nice.
And once again, that's what I'm saying. I'm not above stomping some egos. Y'all always want a man to be graceful and kind and nice to you, but I should still have the option, if I need to kind of humble him and put him down. But if it comes to me, then be a nice man and be a chivalrous man, be a kind man, be a man that just an upstanding gentleman. But me, I don't know if I want to sign up for all that. I don't know if I want to be beholden to that type of performance. I want a man to perform like a gentleman and do me right, but I'm not 100% sure that I'd be willing to do that for him.
So let me clarify this. Are y'all telling us that if you are not related to us, if you are not dating us, if you're not having some sort of physical relationship to us, if you don't find us attractive, if you don't find us polite enough, kind enough, quiet enough, that our lives are not worth protecting? Is that what you're telling us? Is that the precedent you're...
Hold up. Men did not set this precedent. You see, many men, my age, older, and there's a few a little bit younger, who were raised to help, to go in, no thought, we're gonna help no matter what. Even with something as simple as opening a door. I don't need you to open the door for me. I can do this all by myself. I'm a strong, independent woman. I don't need help from any man. But then in the very next breath, oh, I have a flat. Why won't anybody stop and help me? Why won't anybody come to my rescue? Why won't anybody come? This person's being attacked. Why won't any man come in and help? You see, you've been pushing at men for the longest time, saying that you can do it. You're a strong, independent woman. You don't need help. And many men were doing this out of the sheer kindness of their heart. And then things being thrown back at them, that they were being a creep, that they were, being a stalker. Hell, there's men being attacked just for looking in the direction of a woman at a gym. So with the precedent that women have set of, we don't need help, stay away, of course, now we're gonna stay away. Why would we come to your aid when you've been telling us that you don't need it?
I'm sitting here and I come across a post, and it was a post about how a man got cancer and his wife left him. I have heard so many different stories from men all over the world about women not having staying power when a man is down. Why is it that when a man is down, the women leave? But when a woman is down, the man stays. He cares for her. He nurses her back to health. He nurtures her. He researches things and finds different ways in order to help her. Why is it when the man is down, a lot of women choose to leave? He can lose his job. He can get sick. He can have a breakdown emotionally. He can have a death in the family. And most women will leave. Why is that? When we are supposed to be the most nurturing, most caring, softest creatures on the planet, why is it that women have hardened their hearts towards men when it comes to being there when they most need them?
I just watched a video of a girl where she's in the metro and she's showing Generation X, and she's showing how men are just sitting in their seats and no one really proposed to, you know, give their seat up for her to sit down. Mind you, she's gorgeous. That's besides the post, but she's gorgeous. None of the guys offered the seat, and the guys in the comments go furious. Like, they go so furious. But they don't understand the point. She said gentlemen. She's not talking men should. She's not talking about equality. She's saying that gentlemen would. They don't have to give up the seat, but a gentleman would. And that's the point. And I think men are missing it. Any gentleman would give up his seat for a woman just to be seen as, you know, this good guy and chivalrous. Is that even a word? To show chivalry. And we women appreciate that. You don't have to be attracted to anyone to be a good person. To, you know, to smile to someone, to hold the doors, to give your seat up. Like, men so many times are missing the point because their ego is hurt. And I think that's a huge issue, because they love to shit on women and saying like, you wanted equality, but they don't understand it's not about equality. And if you want equality, then go ahead, get pregnant, be a woman.
So when you mentioned that she was gorgeous, he's like, oh, that's beside the point, because as a man, you should be willing to give up your seat. You should be just a decent human being. That's what you should be, period, end of story, right? But a lot of times y'all put that in there because y'all think what you already think. Well, you know, I'm beautiful. I should get some sort of pretty privilege around here. I should get some sort of privilege of being a woman. You know, you guys are not acting right. Come on, get up and give me your seat. I'm a woman, and then I'm pretty. You guys are not doing right. I told you, your beauty don't matter when you started acting a fool.
I love my sister's life. Can I tell y'all how much I love my sister's life? I don't know how I'm going to get over
That's
there.
a good man right there.
But I love this so much for
good man.
My sister. I'm going to walk around. But this is amazing.
Question for the men. Why is it that nowadays men have stopped approaching women altogether? Because I feel like back in the day, like early 2000s, maybe the 90s, it was so common for men to just walk up to women and, you know, start a conversation, ask them out on a date. But nowadays, I don't see that happening anymore. Why is that?
What's like one thing that you guys wish men did more of?
I love chivalry. A chivalrous man, love.
I don't believe that one bit.
Flowers, they're so important.
Really? Is that even for like y'all not dating yet? It just
first date, bring flowers.
What? First date, bring flowers?
Every day, bring flowers. Bring flowers all the time. Love it. It's important. It's always important to bring flowers.
That's the dumbest thing I ever heard. So y'all like, is nice guys not finishing last for y'all?
No.
No, that hesitation was kind of crazy though.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. Nice guys be finishing last. So why did I bring flowers if the nice guys finish last though?
That's a good question.
That's a good question. That's a good question.
The world may never know.
Bring flowers. Bring flowers. Be a good guy. Be a nice guy. And just bring flowers. That's all I gotta say.
We don't call women stupid enough.
What is it about like the complicated men that's like attractive to girls?
I think it's like the chase, like the not knowing what you're thinking that I just like want to know.
It's more like the immature mindset. I think now that we're graduated, we're out of that. So hopefully
past that phase.
That's
a damn lie.
My hot take is that men shouldn't be allowed to sit because it's truly an epidemic that every time I go on the transit, it's full train. Majority of the people sitting are men. Like, as long as there's a gender pay gap, women should not be standing on public transit. That's crazy to me. Like, yesterday I was on the path and like a really old man, there was like one empty seat and I saw him and I was like, please sit. And he's like, no, it's okay, like, you sit. And I was like, no, please sit down, like, you're obviously unwell. And look around, every other seat is taken by like young, able-bodied men, and all the women are standing. There was someone that was pregnant that was standing. I'm sorry, that's ridiculous. And I won't rest until men aren't allowed to sit.
Guys, you're not allowed to sit. You've committed the absolute felony of sitting. Oh! First of all, the gender pay gap is fake, honey. I don't know what feminist studies course you took that lied to you, but it's fake. The reason that men make more money is oftentimes because they're putting in more hours, because they don't take things like maternity leave, because they work harder, they invest more in time, they choose jobs that are more well-paying than, you know, say a job, let's do an engineer versus a teacher as an example. These things exist because there is a gender gap in terms of decisions that women and men make that is different. Stop swallowing the talking points and sounding dumb. Two, I love this because you see video after video after video now of women complaining that men aren't being gentlemen. And I'm going to make video after video after video where I remind them that they're not being gentlemen because you told them not to be a gentleman because you found it offensive at the time. And now all of a sudden you want them to be a gentleman again because you snapped your fingers like this. And they are not a dog. It's not Pavlov's dog, honey. You will generally find that guys in cities aren't raised with as much of that gentlemanly tendency as guys, the country boys, right? However, there's also, again, these guys are so tired. They're like, oh, if I offer her a seat, she's going to roll her eyes at me and be like, why did you, offer me this seat when I am perfectly capable of standing just like you? I'm just as strong as you. I'm going to get a lecture about that. If I don't offer the seat, they're just tired. So they're just sitting down. That's a lot of that is happening too. What is my advice to you guys? Listen, be a gentleman, but don't overextend yourself for women, right? So when it comes to, if there's a pregnant woman on a subway, or if there's this, you have to get in touch with your masculinity such that you do the right thing in circumstances like that.
And once again, they just keep on finding themselves saying the dumbest stuff. I won't rest until a man does what I tell him to do. I won't rest until a man does as I want him to do. He acts as I want him to act. He is where I want him to be. Y'all don't understand that men are literally walking away from this type of behavior. It's like it's not computing. Well, I won't rest. Well, you're going to be tired because men ain't listening to this.
My husband told me that if I ever became overweight and it wasn't because of pregnancy or health reasons, he would not be attracted to me. And at first I was like, what the f-?
Now she goes on to say that she thought about it logically and she was like, you know what? Same. If my husband, got really fat and it wasn't for health reasons, something that he just could not avoid, then she would not be attracted to him either. So men saying that isn't like a jab at you. It's not personal, but just like if you marry a man that's providing for you financially, if he loses his job and he can no longer provide for you, even if it takes 6 months to a year, you're going to lose attraction because he's no longer the man that you decided to marry, right? So why can't it be the same thing with men who marry women that they find attractive and then those women let themselves go and they're no longer attracted to them? Contrary to popular belief, attraction is an important part of any relationship.
Basically, to love someone wholeheartedly, really love them inside out, you have to see them at their worst. And this is usually when relationships break down, because sometimes you see them at their worst and they are so awful that you just can't go back from it, they might say the most awful things, change their tone of voice, become like this demon. You just cannot recognize them from that point onwards. So I would say if you're going to be angry in a relationship, just, let it out at the start, because then at least you're not going to wait a year for someone to get angry. And also, I say this as a joke, but it's sort of not a joke. Try and do something that will trigger him or piss him off so you see a different side of him early on to see how he reacts. Because if you're always nice to him and you always go delicately on him, how will you know his other side? But 10 years down the line, it might come out then, and then it's too late.
At the end of the day, all men want is to watch football, drink light beers in a jerk circle with each other, and just be gay for each other. That's what they really want.
Fascinating. Not the least bit true, but still fascinating.
They don't want to be in a relationship. They don't want to get married.
A person could actually say that about both men and women. A lot of individuals are actually choosing to remain single and are very happy for being so.
Since women can provide for themselves now, I feel like men have lost their purpose.
Their purpose? What exactly was a man's purpose prior to women being able to support themselves, I mean?
It's they don't feel the need to seek out a woman and start a family. They don't feel the need to work really hard to make a bunch of money to like make a family and provide for a woman. Like they don't want to do that. They just want to be with each other in a jerk circle, watching football and drinking light beers.
I'm just going to say it. There's nothing wrong with a person choosing to remain single. It doesn't make a person a better person than someone else if they're in a relationship. There's nothing wrong with being single, and it's about time that some individuals out there accepted that.
I'm going to tell you why men aren't doing the chivalrous things that they used to do nowadays. Hold on. Men aren't being so chivalrous now because chivalry has somehow migrated into being a trick. I'm just give you a perfect example. I met a woman. When I met her, first went to her crib. There was no food inside the refrigerator. No food in the cabinets. Barely something to drink there. All right, cool. No judgment. I go upstairs to the lady room. Mattress on the floor. Whoa. This how you living. All right. Still, no judgment. Get ready. Get some clothes out the closet. I peek in the closet. There's like 3 outfits. This person needs some love. That's what I said to myself. I'm going to change this person's life. All right. So, further on down, I'm starting to pay bills, help her pay bills, whatnot, or whatever. It's cool. Not an issue. Then it got to a point where I was like, damn, I'm paying bills. I might as well live here. So we moved in together. At that point, filled the cabinets, filled the refrigerator. On top of that, got an actual bed frame with an actual memory foam mattress on top of that joint. So it wasn't no sleeping on no mattress on the floor no more. Then on top of that, I took the person on a shopping spree. Never done that in my life. I just said to myself, I'm about to shower the person with love. They need some love, man. You know what I'm saying? Might have had a little hard time growing up, whatnot, whatnot. Cool. No judgment. You know what I'm saying? But that person then called me a trick. Because I was showing them love. By this time, we living together and all this other stuff. Because this is my woman. And she called me a trick. It made me feel some type of way. I immediately went to, okay, I'm a trick, so let me not trick. 50-50. Put on game, taught how to make some bread. 50-50. You pay your half, I pay my half. That's what we doing. It ain't no tricking no more. What you say? You talking about we together, but you calling me a trick. No, that's something for outside folks that's not together, not living together. You feel me? So all that being said, man, if you want guys to be nice and chivalrous, why are y'all jumping on the internet and talk to y'all friends hollering about how this person tricking on you when they under the idea that y'all together? It's all right to take care of your partner, but to do that for somebody you're not even in a relationship with, that's tricking. But if y'all living together, how is it tricking? It pissed me off. Honestly. But when it pissed me off, it was like, okay, cool. You gonna earn your keep now. That's why guys do it like that. Your 50-50 come from that right there. Your chivalry not being here come from that right there. Calling the man whom you're in a relationship with, or a person whom you're in a relationship with, and y'all living together, a trick. That'll do the trick. Signing off.
And I like where it goes with this, just because you have women that try to tell a man what he should be doing, how he should be doing it. They try to tell a man to behave. They try to tell a man where he needs to be in life. I ain't gonna date no man if he ain't got X, Y, and Z, or he ain't doing X, Y, and Z, or he ain't this, and that. And a man, like you said, come over your house, take you on a shopping spree, look in your closet, looking how you look, doing what you doing. And he'd be like, oh, she tried to get on my case, but look how she living. She tried to get on my case, but look what she got going on here. Oh, no, absolutely not. Absolutely not. And then they're entitled about this, about the things that they say, what they want. Oh, he gonna pay for my babysitter. Why? Probably because you don't have enough money to pay for your own babysitter. Oh, he buy me an extra meal to take home if you're really a generous man. No, you're starving. That's why you need it.